So a little bbit of impromptu work for just a quick period of time. We're going to try and do this one in about 20 minutes or so. Maybe 25 at sort of the longest. I'm going to try and see how much work it's going to be to update the workshop that Trevor and I are doing tomorrow at Strata. And so to do that, right, so by update it, what I mean is we have it working with Kubeflow 0.4. It's really great. But there's a new release of Kubeflow, and it's Kubeflow 0.5, and as someone who has some code in Kubeflow 0.5, namely the Spark operator, I really want to show the Spark operator, but I can't really do that with Kubeflow 0.4. And so we're gonna see if it's going to be feasible to update this, or if it's maybe a little silly to try and do right before the start of a workshop. I give it 50-50 odds on which one the right approach is. And so I'm just going to tweet this. Kubeflow Cloud Workshop 205. Cool. And we are off to the races. I've got the little chat window thing on my phone. It's not the greatest, but hopefully it'll work. And yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at what it is I'm actually talking about. So the code itself is here. It's the intro to ML Kubeflow examples. Multi-cloud is the one where we have our multi-cloud example. And I have some solution shell scripts. Oh, and I have an alarm reminding me to take my drugs at 5:15. I'll do that in a minute or two. I intend to do that when the stream is finished. So let's go ahead. And so this is sort of the examples. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to, I'm pretty sure I've got this checked out on my machine here. I'm going to go to intro to ML with Kubeflow examples. What branch am I on? I had Spark demo 2. I'm just going to git push this branch just in case I haven't yet. Looks like I have. I'm going to go git checkout master. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new branch, explore, upgrading KF multi-cloud example to 0.5. Okay, so we've got a new branch. That's a good thing because we're giving this workshop on Tuesday. So if I screw it up, I don't want to screw up the master branch, which is the one we're going to point people to. So we're going to go into multi-cloud. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is we have this fast start script. And it's good. We use this because the Kubeflow click to deploy thing, while really awesome, isn't super well suited to like doing a multi-cloud deployment. And we want people to, yeah. Anyways, so that's Kubeflow 0.50. So that's probably the first thing that we're going to want to do as sort of a like. Is this going to work? Solution.sh. Well, let's go here, grep 041. Okay. Oh, interesting. The Azure platform is actually probably directly supported, and that would make our life easier, conceivably. Although I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. Well, tell you what, we're going to go ahead and start with this. And so that's going to be the fast start script that we're going to ask people to do. I'm going to go ahead, go over here on my console, on my dedicated test account. Oh, cool. It looks like the chat app is not actually as reliable on my phone as I thought. Namely, my phone is suspending itself. So, yeah. Okay, anyways, I'm going to go ahead. We have people do the stuff through the Cloud Console and enable boost mode. Okay, boost mode is already enabled for me. I'm going to open this in a new window just so that I've got that dedicated there. There we go, provisioning the Cloud Shell machine. So this will take a minute or two. But the nice thing about using the Cloud Shell for our workshop is we don't have to worry about what's installed on everyone's individual machines. It really simplifies things. Cool. So I think I may have already run, yeah. So it looks like I've already run this before. Do I have the cleanup script? No. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead actually, and I'm going to get the cleanup script that I have, cleanup.sh. I'm going to go ahead and run that, and that's just going to simplify my life. Right, okay. Yeah. Cool. So I deleted some of these things manually as well before, so it's not, yeah. Makes sense that the cleanup didn't find a deployment to delete, but I did want to do that as sort of a starting point. So we're going to remove the existing fast start. Since I haven't had a chance to push this yet, I'm just going to kind of sketchily copy and paste this. Okay. Let's run faststart.sh. And so, yep. Preparing, I will be deploying on GCP and Azure. So for now, actually, I'm going to skip Azure. And that's just because I want to explore the Azure stuff separately. I only got like 20 minutes for this time around. And so, although we can actually explore it if this works with 0.5. So if the existing stuff runs nicely with 0.5, we're in a pretty good place. So, okay, it's going ahead and figuring everything out. Okay. Cool. So it's making a new deployment, and this will take some time. It'll deploy a bunch of resources there. That's okay. Oh, actually, I wonder if the KFCTL that I need to call is changed in the 0.5. Let's go find out if there's some release notes for Kubeflow 0.5. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so there's actually an upgrade guide. So let's go ahead and take a look. That's cool. I now need to upgrade an existing cluster. I want to know what's changed. Okay, it looks like the main thing that's changed is now it's called the entrance point is called KFCTL rather than KFCTL-SH. So I expect this to fail, but it's totally possible there's an alias. So everything will just work KFCTL. So it looks like it has, because we're doing KFCTL-SH and init and then platform GCP. So that looks like it's definitely working. So that's cool. This is of course assuming that it is using 050, which I think it is, but you know, I'll check that beforehand, before we go too far. Let's go back into our solutions. Let's see what might be specific to 041. Okay, that should work. Although now, instead of doing apply K8s, probably want to do, let's take a look. Apply. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, this is if we want a custom persistent volume claim, but I think we're fine with the default ones, so that's okay. That should be fine, and hopefully this will just work, and then, you know, famous last words, we can just upgrade to 05. And that would be really exciting, because if I don't have to change the solution, that's actually really reassuring, because it's still a relatively minor release. Okay, cool. Looks like it's applying policies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we would expect the thing to exist. Okay, it's waiting for the update. That's good too. What's going on? Okay. Cool. Okay. Interesting. So this happened with getting the credentials. Why does that still happen? Weird. Okay, so that's maybe a race condition. Okay, that's a thing that we can know about. Let's go take a look where this happened. Okay. So yeah. So this is weird because it's retrying this multiple times, which is what we would expect. But then it's succeeding. I'm confused. So the log file exists, and it finally exits. Oh dear. This is okay. So let's set the current user, and then okay, yeah. So we set our current user here, and then we are going to go up and run the previous command that was failing, right? That's working just fine. spaces. So one of the things that I'd be worried about, because we did something special around this, is down somewhere around here. We do something, so this is KFCTL, generate platform, apply platform, and then, yeah. So, there's not a key file. So our KS app does exist, right? No, it doesn't. Okay. So it failed. And it failed in an annoying sort of race condition way. That's frustrating. Yeah. So, okay. Let's go back in here. KFCTL. Oh yeah, okay. Export path. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna source our path. Should give me KFCTL. KFCTL. KFCTL.sh. Interesting. KF. Sure. Scripts. That's weird. Okay. So this didn't. Yeah, wait, okay, so tail-n 10-rc, okay. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I don't see the part where it adds the KF scripts. Yeah. So. Wait, okay. Let's run cleanup.sh. Okay, export path equals $path. Wait, GCP apps. Okay, I think I got into a bad state. Cleanup.sh is not deleting KF, which that's That's probably why it was working so well. Yeah, so I'm going to manually delete that deployment in a minute. We'll run faststart.sh a second time, and we're just going to hit enter. So this should hopefully do the trick. Cool. Okay. Let's go and clean up that deployment before I forget. I think I can do it from the web UI. Deployment manager, deployments. So that's why it was working so well, though, is because it wasn't actually using the new version of Kubeflow. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna delete this Kubeflow, this deployment, and we'll delete everything about that one. So that's fine. That's cool. We'll go back over here, and we'll wait for the cluster creation. How are we doing on time? I did want to keep this one really short. Just because I got dinner, and also I was really hoping that, you know, I get a good vibe of how much work it was going to be to do the update. I think, oh, I should have used a screen session. Oh, damn it. But it's okay, I can, is this going to be the same machine? I hope it is. I think it's going to be. I think that provisioning is, okay. So, yeah, okay, we can look at the scripts directory now. We don't actually know where the version is specified. And looks like we don't have it specified anywhere in these files. That's okay. But it's the right version because we deleted the old one. It's not the most reassuring thing that I've ever said. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This looks like it's the 0.5 version, so that's maybe okay. Okay, so platform GCP. Interestingly enough, we don't seem to do anything special for the Azure platform. Okay. Let's go back here. Yeah, still waiting to create. Okay. Yeah, cool. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to let this run, and then I'm going to come back to this after dinner, and we'll keep going from there. And this should be running with the new version of Kubeflow. Oh, we're at the place where we had that race condition last time. Let's give it a minute and see if we get that race condition again. Actually, you know what? It could take a while to get that race condition. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, we're gonna come back to this after dinner in a few hours, and we'll keep trying to do the update then. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be back at this in an hour or two. Bye, y'all.